guys, what's up? Casey Fritas here with Miranda Sanchez.
Hello.
And this is Monster of the Week. And today's Monster of the Week is the mighty Great Devourer Nergigante. Spiky boy.
So spiky. So spooky too.
Yeah, super scary. A lot of people have been asking me for advice on how to fight this thing. And a lot of people on Reddit have been sad when fighting him. I just see a bunch of people like just fighting him over and over and over again and just hitting that hard wall.
It's trying to find that right technique, and that's, of course, very difficult to do. It's like, you can only get so creative, but then once you find the right way,
yes,
it's important to keep doing that. So you're going to help us find that.
Yeah, I'm going to help you get as prepared as possible and show you my set that I put together for this. It's mostly defensive with just a little bit of offense, and you can alter it to be more defensive if you want. Honestly, the first time I fought this guy, I had a Legiana Odogaron set with the strategist classes, so really not that great. The only thing it really had going for it was max evade window, so I could evade, which I still have on this set. I'm using a sword and shield. So you might notice as well that I'm not using any Elder Dragon armor pieces. I'm not using anything that requires anything from Elder Dragons, and that's because I want to show you a set that everyone can make before they fight Nergigante for the first time. So I thought that would be the most helpful for the most people who are coming into problems with him.
That's me.
Yeah. So I made a set with a Legiana, Ingot, and Rathalos mail. And the reason I picked Rathalos is because it gives you this Rathalos mastery, so it gives you a little bit of an attack boost. It increases elemental damage when you land critical hits. And the weakness exploit, I get 50% increased affinity when you're attacking Nergigante. And weak spots count as whenever he has white spikes on his body, that counts as a weak spot. So you'll be able to get a lot of those off a lot. And then for defensive, I have max evade window, so you'll be able to evade his attacks a lot more often. It increases your invincibility frames when you dodge. And health boost, you'll see my health bar, it's insane. This stacks with max potions, with ancient potions, with nutrients, and it also stacks with the boost that you get from eating. So you can have a huge health bar, and that really, really helps against Nergigante. And then I have Divine Blessing, which I think I mention on every single stream and every single Let's Play I ever do because it is so helpful. It will randomly activate and then reduce the damage you take by 50%. Wow. So it can absolutely save you. And I'm getting that from Legiana and some jewels. And health boost I'm getting from the Ingot for Embraces and a jewel. And weakness exploit I'm getting from the eye patch and the Rathalos Greaves. If you wanted to make this set a little bit more defensive, instead of using the Wrath Soul Coil, use the Zora Spine instead, because that gives you Fortify. And what Fortify does is that every time you die, it increases attack by 10% and defense by 15%. So you can die twice, and then that last life that you have, you'll have an extra 30% defense.
Yeah, it's like your last hurrah.
Yeah, so if you are dying against Nergigante, this skill will absolutely help. I actually had this skill on the first time I fought him, and I definitely died, and I had that last life, and I was able to do it, probably because of this 30% stack. So, and then the weapon I'm using is a Thunder Element weapon, because if you look at his Hunter's Notes, Nergigante is weakest to the Thunder Element. Where is it? Here he is. So yeah, Thunder is the best thing to use against him. Elder Seal is something that you'll find on some weapons later, which affect the ability, his spikes. It'll kind of inhibit his spike growth, so he won't be able to get off that maximum ultimate attack as often. But yeah, when you're fighting him, I know it says all of those weak points, all those things are weak points, but they're only weak when his spikes are white. If his spikes are black, you will bounce off of him. So yeah, let's go fight him.
Let's do it.
And I'm also eating for defense up large. Nergigante does not do dragon damage. He does just pure, straight physical damage, so you want as much defense and health as possible. He's really scary.
Yeah, every time you see him early on too in the story, it's just like, this guy again.
And yeah, so Miranda, you've seen him. Can you tell us a bit about the lore behind Nergigante?
Yeah, so far, at least from what I know, because I'm just about to get into the high rank part. So what we know is that every time we meet up with our Elder Dragon friend, Nergigante comes in and just ruins our day. And even when you're going into the second fight, as I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, they're like, oh, that guy's gonna come back again. Nergigante, he's coming. Be ready. And so like, you just have to essentially prepare yourself And what you come to learn is that he likes to eat elder dragons.
Yeah.
Top of
He
food chain.
is an elder dragon devourer.
Mhm.
So he is following Zora Magdaros very sadly so he can eat him. He's not protecting him. He's eating him. He's a jerk. So I just drank my Mega Armor skin, and now I'm going to drink my Mega Demon Drug, which increases my attack power, because
Demon Drug's the best thing. It's
Yeah.
my favorite thing I craft every time I'm going to a fight.
I'm being ridiculous with my buffs right now, just to show you like what you can do to make this fight easier.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna put a health boost down like as soon as I get in there, so that it has a chance for it to regenerate, and I can use it as much as possible. I also have my cat using where are you going?
What is your
Where are you
Palico
going?
equipped with?
Yeah, my Palico just has the max level Vigor Wasp spray,
Okay.
so that you can spend more time fighting him and less time healing. Because
Right. That's what I tend to do as well. Like I know I like the other Palico gadgets, but ultimately that one's just so much more convenient. It's like just find me some health. I don't want to
Yeah.
deal with it. I don't have time.
Ugh. So
Oh,
against that move, I should be shielding, and I'm not. I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
But a lot of his Nergigante's attacks are so much more range than you'd expect. Like they hit incredibly far. And as you can see, I had my shield up and I still took damage. So unless you have like a super guard up ability, you will take damage from his attacks, especially if you have. So the way that guarding works with the sword and shield, anyway, well, actually with all monsters, but your stamina will deplete as you're taking damage from the monster. So if you run out of stamina when you take a hit, your health will deplete instead. So if you're going to guard a hit, make sure you have as much stamina as possible, or you're going to take damage instead.
Right. You're doing very well.
Thanks. So I really like fighting in this area because there are a lot of like slides. So I have that ability, Affinity Slider, with a jewel that I have attached. And so I have a lot more, yeah, that evade is not good enough. So you have a lot of opportunity to get that critical up and do more damage.
Kind of going back to a little bit of the lore while you're focusing on fighting.
Yeah.
I like to think of him as a little bit of a hyena, like a glorified hyena, because that's what he's doing. He's
Yeah.
following these elder dragons as they're dying, essentially just feeding off them, which I would assume they have plenty of nutrients and are very tasty dinner. So,
I mean, also in the lore, we see that whole new worlds will appear where an elder dragon has died.
yeah.
So, man, yeah, they must be full of energy.
Yeah, I mean, like, I couldn't imagine, like, what you get from an elder dragon. And I know you're talking a little bit tangentially. Like, it'd be really cool if, like, a sequel to this would be on Zora Magdaros' like, corpse, essentially.
Yeah,
It's like
that
what
would be
came of
great.
him
Yeah,
and
'cause
his nutrients he's given to the world.
Yeah, because he goes out into the ocean, so I wonder if he's going to make a whole new island.
Yeah, like
be
a
really
whole
cool.
new island or just good place to live.
So you can run up these things, but it's like
Those are
he
so
knocked
hard.
me off. Man, yeah, see that range?
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was way far away from him, but it still hit me. I'm sorry if I'm more quiet during this fight than usual.
No, this
guy, like, still kills me sometimes. Oh, there you go. My Palico also has the Lily of the Kitty of the Valley, actually, weapon, which you can make by using Great Hornflies, and it has paralysis on it, so it's super helpful against monsters. I usually run it. Its attack isn't the best, but
That's really nice to pair with
yeah,
the bigger wasp, though, too, right? Because they're kind of adding that extra layer
of support.
of support, right? 'Cause, like, it's nice to have the bigger wasp, but at the same time, like, you're giving up a powerful gadget that's maybe a little bit more effective in combat, or makes them more effective for distracting.
So also, you can also give your cat the Shield Fire Palico tool. I keep calling him a cat, but your Palico. And then he'll act more as a tank, but you won't get that healing. Right. And it's a really big attack that I got hit by. That was the one that he dives. That was his ultimate attack, and I should be taking advantage of the quick sheathing time with my sword and shield and diving.
Right.
But I tried to roll instead. You don't want to do that. You want to do the emergency dive when he does that, because the range is insane and he backs up and shielding, it actually, if you try to shield that move, it actually hits you 3 times. So there's 3 separate hits, and it will deplete your stamina, and then it will do damage. So even if you have max stamina.
There you go.
All right, he's already running away.
So for this fight, do you prefer to lock on Nergigante, or do you?
I kind of switch back and forth.
Because I noticed you're doing that in some fights. You just don't lock on at all.
Yeah, and Nergigante is really fast, and I kind of lose track of him a lot. So I just, yeah, it's strange. I don't even really think about when I am and am not locking on sometimes.
Second nature.
Yeah. So also, when like you're mounting all monsters, whenever the screen glows red, you just want to jump to a different part of his body, and then you don't have to stop attacking, and you'll only lose a small amount of your stamina.
Way more effective. And definitely worth.
All right, I'm staggering him.
Yeah. Doing very well. Nice.
So right then I was spamming triangle, but actually if you time your hits after you've mounted it, you can actually continue bashing him with your shield over and over again, like a lot more. So,
A bit of big one.
yeah, it's like, this might hit me. The range is so big on that.
Right.
Ugh. I need to sharpen.
Oh, it's the worst
All
part.
right. So if you ever need a heal or sharpen, I missed. Man. Whenever you want to heal or sharpen against Nergigante especially, just splash pot him and then he won't be able to see you. So unless he randomly decides to go in your direction, you'll be okay. Yeah, see, he doesn't even know where I am. There we go.
Perfect.
And so now when I usually fight Nergigante, I usually equip Heartbreaker, and that lets me destroy its tail and horn. But I built the set more for survival and killing him faster. So Heartbreaker isn't really the best thing you want to run when you're just trying to survive. But if you're trying specifically to break his parts, just run Heartbreaker, and you can do it as a solo run like very easily. And I say solo run because I found breaking monsters' parts when I'm playing with other people significantly more difficult. Yeah, I'm not really sure why, but even playing with a group of 4 and we all focus on his tail and his head, we like very rarely break both of his horns. But with just one skill put into Heartbreaker, I can break his horns and tail every time. I need to heal. I'm gonna put down a health booster. That was his headbutt. So if you roll away from his headbutt in front of him, actually, he shoots out spikes. So you always want to roll to the side or underneath him. And like I said, that side bash has a really long range, so I should be dodging against him.
One thing I've learned more and more often that if you're using a really close combat melee weapon, it's almost better usually to roll underneath them. I mean, it's obviously the scary thing to do, but then sometimes you can also get off a quick attack while you're getting out.
Also, that attack where he goes up in the air that he just did that I dodged out of, you can throw a flash pod and make him drop down, but that's just, it's very dangerous to do when you're fighting by yourself because he's probably targeting you. But it's actually saved my friends a lot. I always bring flash pods. And when I see him doing that, if I'm far enough away, I will absolutely throw a flash pod, and it has saved people a lot. Because not everyone uses weapons that allow them to put up a shield or emergency die quickly. So, and that's why I like using the sword and shield. Lance is also another really good choice against him, and I assume the bow and arrow would be good as well because you have so much mobility and kind of keep your distance so you can see what he's doing all the time. Wow, I got a gem!
Nice!
I'm so excited!
That's awesome.
Those are so rare. Okay, so in this area that he's going into, you want to make sure that you pick up these stones, and then you kind of want to sneak in. And you'll see why in a second. So this is Elder's Recess, and this is where you fight him. And when you're fighting Nergigante solo, he goes different places than when you're fighting with multiple people. Usually in a group, he never goes here.
So I've liked the path so far just because it's just so open.
Yeah. And that's why you pick up the
Very
stone and you
nice.
sneak in. Because he always hangs out right under that trap.
Terrible spot.
Yeah, and then you can always get him.
Very good. It's always important to like scout those things too before you go into a fight, just because they obviously help immensely.
What are you doing? So he has all of those black spikes, so you want to look out for his ultimate attack once he has all of those on his body. And then you will bounce off of his head a lot more doing that, and that leaves you super open to attack. I tested out doing 4 Rathalos pieces instead, because he has that armor has another special skill that makes it so that you cannot deflect against monsters. But you still do the same amount of damage as if you had deflected, I realized, so it wasn't as helpful as I thought it would be. But if you're I just don't target the stuff that it deflects against while you can.
Right.
Man. Oh. Yeah, that quick sheath with sword and shield is so useful.
Yeah.
You can emergency dodge whenever you want.
You did such a great job dodging this area.
Let's see, where is that other? It's over here. Let's see if we can get him. Hide him over here. I missed. Oh no, I got it. I got it. Awesome.
Do you ever use the bombs
Yes.
to start fights? Or kind of...
I usually hang on to them to end them when the monsters are sleeping. Because when monsters are sleeping, the next bit of damage that you do to them will do double.
Ah.
Yeah, so sleep
the more you
bombing.
know.
Yeah, sleep bombing is a huge strategy against monsters like this, and people like to do that a lot with Kieran.
Okay.
Because it just does a ton of damage. And sorry, I got...
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh!
Oy.
This has never happened before, guys. Like, this is very exciting for me. I've never seen this before.
I love turf wars.
Holy crap.
Marvel.
Yeah, so the monster on the right is Teostra, and that is another Elder Dragon that you fight in Elder's Recess. Wow. And yeah, I've never seen this happen before. Alright, he's chasing, okay. Bye, Teostra. See you later.
Goodbye.
Oh. And he made Nergigante go into the lava area, which is why you should carry cool drinks with you whenever you're in Elder's Recess, just in case. But, oh man.
Wish it would have lasted just a little bit longer.
Yeah, like, that was fast. I
Yeah.
guess Nergigante just, like, put this beat down on that Teostra, like, real fast. Because usually once he starts limping, he goes immediately to that area and then to his final, like, resting area.
It's done.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm starting to find this very cool place. By cool, I mean hot.
Yeah, that's cool drinks.
Yeah. I think we're trying to leave again.
Lava. I need to sharpen again. Oh, that tail! Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to dodge that. Yeah. Alright. That wasn't that bad.
No, yeah. Your health bar has also been just like awesome the entire time, like you were saying before.
Yeah. It's so big. I have so much health.
Crazy.
Oof.
Oh.
That would have done a lot of damage if it hit me.
Yeah. So lucky.
Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on my radial menu, I have, so I brought flash bugs with me so that I can make more flash pods on the go if I need them. And I put the crafting on my radial menu so that I don't have to go into my crafting menu to do it. I can just quickly access the radial menu. And you can always craft by just choosing the item on your radial menu if you're out. But you can only make one at a time that way.
Still much better than going to the crafting menu.
Yes. Oh no. Ugh, what was... Ugh, that does not... Oh no!
Oh no!
Ugh. You're gonna stun lock me to death.
No.
That was scary. Yes, sometimes you don't... Okay, good. He's leaving. I was like,
Very good.
this doesn't look good
Yeah,
for
I was
me,
like,
guys.
Oh, we're doing so well.
He's getting so aggressive.
Whenever you get low like that, I always get just a tiny disappointed in the palico. I'm like, come on, just make
Yeah,
a
it's
delivery.
like, where are my heels, bro?
Get
I
over here.
hate, the worst thing is like when he's on your way with the bigger wasp spray, he's like, I'm coming to heal you. And then right before getting to you, he puts it away and he's like, I need a heal. And then heals himself. It's like, dude,
Yeah, I've
I
seen
was
that
right
before. There have been some very clutch moments though when my bigger wasp spray comes in just at the right time. I'm like, thank you, my palico. Did your job well today.
I'm just putting on, I actually, Brendan, do you have the Vitality Mantle?
Not yet.
Okay, so, man, I actually don't remember how to get this. I got it like 100 hours ago, so. But,
check the wiki. That's all I'll do.
yeah, just look at the wiki. We have a, how to, we have how to unlock every booster and mantle there. And how to get the Vitality Mantle. I'm gonna let him leave so I can use those bombs on him.
Yeah.
But I can carry a booster and a mantle, and until you beat the main story game, you actually can't do that. You can have one or the other. So health booster, if you don't have Vitality Mantle, is probably the way to go. But Vitality Mantle is great as well. I have a lot of friends who like using the Rocksteady Mantle, but that kills me all the time. Because, so that mantle was in the beta, and it prevents you from being knocked back and from feeling the impact of attacks. So you can be taking small amounts of damage, and then your character won't react to it.
Right. I think those indicators are really helpful for at least for how I fight, because then I know to take a step back and just kind of refocus.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that hit mattered. I should heal.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
So another trick. So I don't have any rocks with me right now, but if you use your capture net, you can do this from a safe distance away.
Perfect. And that's how you do it.
Yeah. So I didn't break either of his horns, but I was focusing, or at least trying to be a little bit more safe about it than trying to do it.
Definitely a very good defensive build with just enough offense.
Yeah, and going for the front of Nergigante's face is actually the most dangerous place to be, because all of his attacks are very front forward, or he'll go to the side or spin.
Yeah.
So if you stay near his hind legs and tail and just kite around, that is probably the safest place to be. And when his front arms have the weak spots that are white spikes instead, that's a good place to go as well. When you can.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he does a lot of damage and he's really fast, and you guys didn't really get to see it here, but when you're in this last area, he gets significantly more aggressive. So a lot of people will be doing fine and then get to the zone and then be wiped. And another thing to notice, see on the map on the bottom left there? Oh, it's not there. But anyway, usually as soon as you wake him up when he gets here, he will knock down the walls in the zone. And that's where you want to fight. Because if you fight near the entrance of the zone, a bunch of crystals will fall from the ceiling, and they don't hurt him, but they hurt you and they stagger you. So don't fight there. They will kill you. So just fight in the back in the areas that he opens up at.
Also, just bring a bunch of bombs.
Yeah.
Wake him up. A rude awakening.
Lots of bombs.
But also kind of death, so he never really woke up.
Yeah, no, he just kind of like peacefully went to sleep and then never came back.
The eternal sleep.
It's kind of a good way to go.
Yeah.
So let's check out the armor. And there's two different types of armor, the alpha and beta, and they actually look very different. And I really like it. And the waist part, it's actually a really good offensive set. Especially if you mix it with Dober. Here we go. So here's Nergigante Beta.
So fierce.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's really, really neat. And yeah, I think this is taking into consideration my jewels, so I won't look at that. But maximum might, stamina surge, agitator, attack boost, and maximum might as well. And I also have pigments on my armor right now, so these should actually be purple, not red.
Oh,
my bad. And then alpha. And yeah, these should be white, not red, but I have pigment on. But it's really, really good offensive, and they look really cool. I love these sets. I think they're really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the weapons. Let's see. Which weapon do you want to see of Nergigante?
Does it have a hammer horn?
A hunting horn?
Hunting horn, sorry.
Yeah.
Hammer horn. Nope. It's been a while. No, I like seeing what they look like because they're just so weird.
Yeah, they're really neat. Oh man, it's like off the screen. It's so big. But
that is an intense hunting horn.
Yeah. But yeah, Nergigante's weapons are always like, they look haphazardly put together and just full of spikes. And they might not have the best damage. Man, they might not have the best damage out of the weapons, but their Elder Seal is always high. So using Nergigante weapons against other Elder Dragons are great. And it makes so much sense because he's an Elder Dragon killer.
Yeah, he's supposed to go take him out.
Yeah, he kills them.
Can we see the bow and arrow?
Yes. Let's look at the bow.
My main one now. I think where is it?
Where is
it's
it?
like an occasional thing.
Where did? Oh, okay, it's on the bottom right. I was like, where is the bow? Okay.
Wow.
That's really neat too.
Awesome.
Super spiky.
It's massive.
Man, I'm like,
It's got like a mouth too.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
And like little like horns.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to take it out. Oh well, you can't see it. But yeah, that's about it for Nergigante. Do you feel a little bit prepared?
Yes, I am gonna go work on my armor first thing when I get home.
Yeah, first thing, just get as high, like just as an overview, as high defense as possible. That is your most important thing, as high health as possible. And if you can, get evade window or guard up with whatever weapon you're using. Just get another defensive ability to go along with it, and you should be okay.
I think I always forget how important it is to focus also on defensive. I know offensive is more fun usually.
Yeah.
But defensive, I think in this case, is going to be the most important thing.
Yeah.
As you've proven. So.
Yeah. Yeah, in my other sets when I'm fighting Nergigante and I'm just trying to, if I'm fighting with other people, I don't focus on defense as much. And it's really great, but yeah, especially when you're first time fighting a monster for a few times. And honestly, like I use a very similar set to this when I'm fighting Tempered Nergigante, which is an even more difficult version. But I use some Elder Dragon pieces as well to get better defense. So yeah, that's it for Nergigante, Monster of the Week. If you have any suggestions for Monster of the Week next week, let us know in the comments. Let us know if you have your own tips for Nergigante with your own weapon that you use, because as you saw, I only went over Sword and Shield. So let us know, and thank you so much for watching. I'm Casey DeFreitas. You can find me on Twitter at ShinyKCD. Where can they find you?
And you can find me at Havoc Gross, and it's Havoc with a K. Please send me all your Monster Hunter tips. I've been getting most of mine from Casey, so I'm kind of set. She's the best.
Yeah, check our wiki.
Yeah, the wiki's been incredibly helpful. If you haven't checked it out, please do. Thank you for the excellent wiki, Casey.
No, thank you so much, Miranda.
Yeah,
and thank you so
me.
much for watching. Happy hunting.